Listen, word to you. We've been starving, bro. We've been starving. And once, you know me, at first I was like, I don't know. But the more it builds up, when he's given the green light now, allow us to be gassed. Allow us to be gassed. What's your saying, Mont? I'm ready to be
present today. Usually I hold these fingers up. And you all know what that means. You all know what that means. But last year, I did that. And you guys know what that meant last year. But you know what it means this year. I know what you're saying. Cal, remember Caicedo. Cal, please don't jinx it. Cal, no. Zubi. I wanted this. I needed this. Zubi. Yeah.
I'll make that substitution. I just need to make the substitution. The substitution.
Cal, you know why I'm especially gassed for you? Because you wanted this player for a while.
I've needed it.
It's honestly, it's just sweet hate. Sweet.
Kaz was rattled.
Do you know what's funny?
What's they're saying? Joyce has dropped something again.
Guys, as Joyce dropped again. Joyce. Paul, mate.
They're saying Joyce has dropped again.
Paul,
Joyce
mate.
is dropping like Kendrick at the moment.
Paul, mate. As a few of my people might say, you have to pass the Zubi to the left-hand side. You know what I'm saying? Certain attackers are going to get wrapped up in a Zubi. You know what I'm saying? It's a zoom, zoom, zoom. And everybody say, ayo, ayo. There's all of them. You know what I'm saying? There's so many. There's more. Trust me. You know what I'm saying? It's not Anfield anymore. It's Anfield. You know what I'm saying? Man, understand. Yeah? Understand. And yes, people are telling me, months. You know what I'm saying? Why are you getting excited? We streamed 7 hours ago? Man was telling me months. What? You remember what happened to Caicedo? Why are you getting excited? I was ready to be hurt again. I was ready to be hurt again. Caicedo walked so Zubimendi could run. Yeah? Caicedo plays in the conference so Zubimendi can run. Yeah? You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. It's crazy. You know what's funny? You know what's even more funny, people? What I find hilarious is that United tried to approach Zubimendi and he said, me no speaker no English. Me no speaker no English. You know what I'm saying? Arteta, the Spanish manager, I repeat, Spanish manager tried to approach him and he said again, me no speaker no English, me a speaker no Anglais. You know what I'm saying? That's what he said. Bayern Munich, big Bayern. They tried. They approached him without Paulinho yet. They tried to say, what are you telling me? He said,
let's have it, Grizz. Zubi's on the way, baby.
But do you know what? Those Arsenal people, because I've got so many people in my Arsenal mentions are like, yo, these brothers think slot machine is going to lure when Arteta, the Basque son, couldn't lure his prodigal son away from Spain. How is Slot going to do it?
It's Xabi Alonso's prodigal son. And where's Xabi Alonso's heart? Liverpool Football Club.
Speak to us nice. Ornstein's got one over me. Well, actually, he hasn't announced it yet. I was going to say we're getting... by the end of the stream, I was going to say Zubimendi will be a red. But Ornstein's got this.
Florian. Oh, art thou Florian? I believe you're looking for a new football club, my mate. Hey, England, Manchester, Etihad, this Stade will be playing Champions League football next year, my friend. Yeah, how about you take a little 2-2 Ryanair jet from Leverkusen over to Manchester. We'll get you a nice hotel stay. Little 2-2 medical, £300,000 a week. Couple bonuses thrown in there. 2-2 Ballon d'Or in a couple years. Champions League. Happy days. You want to go Bayern Munich, little 2032, Bayern.
Anyways. Yeah.
That's why.
Swear down, I am a nasty guy.
Yo, until they're holding up that
man.
kit, bro. If this don't teach you, until the kit is being held up, shut up, man.
Let's get a nice picture of Bod smiling, man. I love that. Bod's that side. You know, he's gonna be here in a second, isn't it? Yeah. He's got such a lovely smile, don't he, man? I agree, Mods. I agree. Anyways, people, smash the like button. What likes are we on? If someone's in our Discord, please, can you at everyone and all that kind of stuff to make sure that they're alerted that we are live. There's over 150 people in there, so that means 150. Hi.
Zubimendi.
You know the best one was the ones when they said Arteta, the Spanish manager.
The Spanish manager.
Prodigal son.
And why is he saying I can't speak English to a Spanish manager?
No, wait, Egal, when he said, Caicedo walked, so Zubimendi could run. Yeah,
He
right.
was
to
right.
us.
He was right.
Right to us. Right to London. They both ran to London. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Bro, the funniest thing is, Rance might have been right about the Liverpool thing.
Liverpool. That's crazy. You need
Bro,
to say
it gets even better. Did you see Mo Salah opened up about his beef with Mane?
Yeah, he did, yeah.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah, he said
earlier today, Mo Salah is on a tour to try to win the Ballon d'Or. He was speaking with French football, saying, "Yeah, Sadio Mane, he was getting too big for his boots, bro. We were off the pitch. We had fights. He's like, we were cool on the pitch, but off the pitch, it was not harmonious. Get French football. Go on Twitter, type in "Get French football." You'll see it.
He said all the people keep saying I was selfish to him, but I gave him 18 assists, and that's more than everybody in Liverpool.
Yeah. Patrick, don't laugh.
Wait, oh yeah.
Yeah. Don't laugh. But yeah, man. Look, we're gonna be here. We're gonna be talking about Zubimendi to Arsenal. Here we go. We're gonna talk about how horrendous Frimpong to Liverpool really is, and also we're gonna talk about how Wirtz has rejected Manchester City just to end up with Morgan Gibbs shite. So on that notice, Patrick, you and Daps, yeah. Daps really thought Wirtz wanted to go to Man City. He really thought. How many? I think he's on at least 6, 7, 8 streams about Wirtz. So is LB with all your panels and everything like that. I'm not gonna lie, man. Look, there's just levels to this game sometimes, but just like that's his Frankie de Jong. He literally put all his coins into the Wirtz basket just to end up with Morgan Gibbs Spice. That might not even happen. You never even know. But anyways, man. Wirtz to Gibbs White is actually crazy, man. And now and I know what Daps would say as well. He would say, "Oh, go get me Cherky or someone like that." You're not getting him. Do you not understand? Anyways, Zubi, if you're Arabic, I apologize. You know what that really means. It means you're basically you're downstairs in Arabic. If I'm correct. Yeah, that's what Zubi means. But
what we saying?
Bro, I've seen. In the NAF chat, I put in a NAF chat. I woke up this morning thinking, like, hold on, this Fabrizio Romano, it must be fake, isn't it? Yeah, but I read, obviously, the Spanish report yesterday from my man. I thought, oh, this looks like it's done. But I didn't realize it was going to come that quick pause. So on that notice, I was thinking, I had to click on the Fabrizio Romano account to think, nah, this is fake. But one thing I noticed, though, you've rebuilt Real Sociedad's midfield.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. You literally took Erdegaard from there, Marino, and Zubimendi. You must have a great
what I said in the chat, right? Maybe Arteta trying to win the Copa del Rey.
You're dissing. No, but guys, on the real, it's a big signing. 51 million. You know what this reminds me of? It reminds me of Liverpool getting McAllister on a release clause, and what do you call it? Chelsea doing their thing, getting their guy early in the past. Also, you get somebody in early, you bring them in, you get everything sorted, everything's done. You beat everybody else, so nobody else can get their ducks in order to try to get him over you later in the window. And now our midfield with Jorginho leaving, Zubimendi coming in. if Partey's staying, our midfield set. Like I was getting worried we are going to lose Partey and Jorginho, and we weren't going to have a solution on who we're going to bring in. Now I know we can focus the rest of the transfer window on getting our forwards, getting the Gyökereses, getting the what do you call it, the left winger who's going to come into this team and make this a little bit better, getting the backup keeper and the defender. We can focus on other areas that are that are more pressing. Those main focuses need to be addressed. But right now, Zubimendi, let's be honest, we don't have line-breaking passers in our team. Besides Jorginho and Partey, we don't have line-breaking passers. So if both Jorginho and Partey are running down their contracts and they're about to leave, we need somebody else to come in that can break those lines, that can be a progressor from the middle. Odegaard's more on the right, Declan Rice is more on the left, and they don't really pass the ball through the middle as much. Partey is the only guy who does that, and Jorginho, when he's on the ball, he's the only guy who does that. So Zubimendi comes in and he gives us that option of a deep line playmaker, somebody who can break the lines and who can get the ball from A to B quite quickly. And he's one of the best, actually. Pedri is the best in La Liga at doing that. Number 2 is Zubimendi. So we're getting
two different kind of players though. One's more of a sitter. Like one thing I give to Zubi, for someone that's like 5'10", yeah, he's very good in the air, yeah. I saw him against United. We all did. He got fists up, like literally, indefinitely did. But
look at the Euros.
But regardless, not forget the Euros, because I saw Marino hyping the Euros and Nico Williams, and they're both scrubs. Like you know what I mean?
Nico Williams and Marino are not
scrubs. Better than Marino.
Will Nico look? I'm gonna say this now. Right now, yeah, Arsenal are at a 10 out of 10 window as it stands. For me, right now, you're addressing the first issue: who's gonna be the key successor to Partey, because it's not Jorginho. You need a like for like. I like that profile. I think it suits Declan Rice to a T as well, by the way. I think them two will work very well. The left back, I saw Ben Jacobs come out. I don't know how reliable Ben Jacobs these days for English news, but I know when it comes to French and Saudi stuff, he's quite all over that, yeah?
All over that.
So he's quite good with that. But English, I don't trust him at all. But the left back thing, I can kind of hear it if you're gonna get rid of like Zinchenko, the Zionist, and what's it called? The other one, Kieran Tierney, obviously. Williams. Now Nico Williams, yeah. Everyone, it's like Take Kubo, yeah.
Nico Williams.
They had a good few months. That's it. I've literally, if anyone watched anyone, no, so far it's 10 out of 10. It can literally get reduced to 2. It's a 10 out of 10 signing for me, innit? Yeah. So at the moment, doesn't mean it's the overall thing. It's like United getting Cunha. That's so far that's 10 out of 10, but that can get reduced because the window hasn't ended yet. Obviously, the window hasn't even opened. But Nico Williams, like I said, go watch 10 games of this, brother. I think I've watched about 7 or 8. A lot of them being in Europe, and a few of them just being Bilbao versus like Madrid and stuff. The guy's a scrub. The guy's a scrub. Lee Gunner's not wrong on this one, yeah. He's a scrub. I'm not joking. Stop feeding off the hype of what he did in the Euros. He's that bad. He's basically Garnacho. Exactly. He's basically Garnacho. I'm not kidding. Anyway, it's not the point. It's not about him. He's still young. He's got time to develop, do his thing in it. Zubimendi, though, yeah. I'm not going to lie. Like, you've done well. Considering Real Madrid wanted him, considering Xabi Alonso wanted him. Funny that Cal said in the video about Xabi Alonso, Liverpool, you know, like, he thought he's going to be the manager and all that kind of stuff. That's even more. And you know what, Cal, you got blood on your hands. I'm going to send that video to him.
Now, you know, the best thing is,
but it's good. It's a good signing, man.
Everybody was thinking by the time Arsenal addressed their attack, another area of the pitch is going to be depleted. If we keep Saliba and we go and get Zubimendi and Partey stays, our midfield and our defense are intact, and we now can go and address the. For my whole life, I've been looking at Arsenal. I've been seeing holes in the team. Hopefully, coming out of this summer, once we get a left winger and a striker, we can finally go into the season with no major holes in the starting 11. The starting 11 and the team is intact. That is perfect. Now, if we get injuries, we do have some. We need to freshen up some of the squad depth. But overall, one thing we've always had is we never had a complete team. We've always had major flaws to our team, and we look like we're finally addressing all the flaws. And we could be going out of going into next season with the complete team, with a new striker, new left winger, a new midfielder and Zubimendi for Jorginho. Jorginho has no legs at this point. Zubimendi is a massive upgrade. Especially if Partey stays, our midfield is going to be
move over a bit. Patrick.
I don't know what he's on about. Keep going, man. Keep going with the Zubimendi. Keep going.
I'm just happy that we actually are addressing key areas and we're because Arsenal of old, you know what we would have done? We would have invested all the money in the attack, and we would have said, "Oh, Miles Lewis-Skelly is going to be a midfielder, and Partey is going to leave, Jorginho's going to leave, and all you're going to do is have only."
Wait, hold on. Wait, hold on. What are you trying to say here?
I'm saying we're doing things the right way. I'm happy to see us actually doing this the right way.
Because you do know you need 2 attackers, though. You must address that, though, and spend the most money on that part.
10%.
Yeah, that's what he's saying. He's happy that he got these
Arsenal
guys.
of old would have tried to be cheap somewhere and would have tried to be.
Yeah, you're right. I said the same. Who was it this morning? I think it might have been in Football Locker Room. But like, anyways, I said I think it's Samina. Yeah, he was trying to crash it on Zubimendi. He's a United fan, but it's just like just because he had bad game against Casemiro and the rest of them, it doesn't mean he's a bad player. Let's be real. Sociedad not having their best of seasons for their standard, but he's still a good player. Right now, getting that done like out the way easy because it's a release clause. There's no point chasing that. You need to chase the strikers. You need to chase the attackers, innit?
All these people in the chat talking shit. You shut up. All of you guys need to shut your mouth because you're all haters. You're all haters. You're all here talking about shaking your bum, PR this, PR that. When you agree to sign a player, it doesn't matter if you agree to sign the player from a release clause before the season or during the transfer window. You're going to call everything PR. But you want to know something? What's not PR? We're going to get the player. We're going to get an actual good player, quality player that a lot of teams want. And as much as you guys want to say it's PR, Liverpool's going to win the league, you're going to lose to Liverpool on the weekend, I don't care what you say. At this moment in time, Arsenal putting this out there, it's lifting the spirits, and we need that. We need that.
Yeah. Leon says, relax. I think Leon, you're a Liverpool fan, I think. He said, relax, you need him a lot more than we do. He changed his mind and you're only going in for him. You're the only one going for him. If the champs wanted him back, he wouldn't pick you, cereal bottle.
Nah, let's be honest. Let's not forget that
he rejected you to stay one more year to come.
When Man City being linked with him also, we were also being linked with him at the point in time. Remember when we were saying
there's an old link.
Yeah, so look, at the end of the day, let's not hate. Let's be honest. This one hurts. When I saw it this morning, I did the same thing as Cass. I went to the fact page, checked it if it's original. Fair play, man. That's a baller. And you know what? I am, by Zubimendi walking into your lineup, I'm more scared. Let's not forget that this is the same guy when Rodri was injured. What did people think? Oh, Spain is done. This guy came in and busted. He actually played better than Rodri in that final. Let's be honest. Even for that minutes Rodri played, he looked good, comfortable. And I was like, why are we not after this guy? Why can we not draw this guy? And you guys getting him, Egal, don't let anybody shit on this. This is a good signing. And this is a statement. And if you guys get a striker within a few weeks, I think I'll be shaking because we caught Arteta nearly, man. We said he's a nearly man. So maybe this is his end product. You know what I mean? So let's see what happens, man. So big up.
You know what I don't get though? As rivals, explain this to me. Why is it that everyone is saying, "Oh, you can't be happy about this. You're out the Champions League. You're going trophyless. You still need to be angry." Why can't I be happy about this?
Because it's too fresh. It's too fresh.
It's way too soon. Fresh. It's too soon to be just happy about something.
People want to see you upset for at least a few days, like
until the summer transfer window. That's what they want.
Yeah, listen.
You know how people is. If they still celebrating your pain and then you're not in pain, they're like, wait, get back in pain until I finish celebrating your pain. That's how it go.
That's facts. Yeah, I agree with you. They definitely are kind of upset that this didn't last like at least 2 weeks.
I don't get it. Why are people crying over it? Like, it's not your signing. Like, just okay. If you think Arsenal are not that great, so why are you scared of Zubimendi going to Arsenal? Why are you guys shitting on it?
Yeah, I'm not. Zubimendi is a good player. He's a good player. Like I can't think of anything to shit on the signing. Only thing that, which in all business, and this is why I don't never go at clubs for this. Oh, it's PR. Yeah, y'all know what PR stands for? Public relations. I'm not here to convince 100% of you. I only need to convince about 51%. 51%. That's all.
And I've already done it. I've already done it.
That's it. That's all I need to do. It's PR. Yes, it's PR because you rather your fan. I can tell you this right now. If I own Arsenal, I would have did the same thing because I'd rather my fans go into the weekend with a little bit of spirit than going into the weekend like, oh, we just blah, blah, blah. Because they'll fuck around and go against Liverpool and hold a 3-4-5-0, and then you'll really see everybody had lost. So you better hope this can pick up.
You know
the
who
fan base
started
and have
this?
them
You know who
out there
started the
singing.
PR thing? You know who started it overall? I never heard of it until Goldbridge started doing it.
Yeah.
Goldbridge, he started doing all that. Like, oh, this sounds like PR for Man United. Like, that's when I started hearing it. It's like it's a trend thing now. It's why would it be
but
PR?
everybody
Why would
does
PR?
PR.
Why would PR be a here we go? Anyways, bro, it's everything. We all say in life, yeah, everything's about timing. Timing's correct. When you're down, you need good news. This is the way it works. It's been
That's
in
what
the
I tried
media
to-
for
that's
years
what I
and
was
years and years and
basically
years.
saying. They're not in a good place.
Give
So
me
you
the
give them
damn
something.
PR, bro. Give me
Yes.
another. How about this? Give me a
Yeah, I feel like it's a good signing. I don't know why.
That's why I said
Yeah.
I don't get why people are like. I'm not gonna be mad at a club for knowing, we in a bad spot right now. It's not like they said we're gonna hold it until we lose. No, that's not how it happened. It's not how it. They can pick when to announce it, and they pick the perfect time. Announce the shit.
Yeah, because realistically, like if you look when did they announce? When did Sammy Motwell drop the news in January? It was after they realized they weren't getting a striker in it. That I believe was more PR. That is like
PR.
Because look, they spoke. You look what's like Arsenal needed a striker. We all know Arsenal needed a striker. They didn't get a striker. Sammy Motwell drops the news. They're getting or Zubimendi's verbally agreed to join Arsenal. That's but I think this time around, the here we go.
Yeah,
you got nothing to play for now. Like, drop the news in it. It was only going to drop it next week anyway, or the week after that.
Yeah,
standard.
Standard.
Yeah,
Like,
so you know what? At this point, I know it doesn't matter what happens. There's gonna be rivals just talking shit. You can't really say nothing.
Oh
But
yeah,
Zubimendi,
that's fine.
it's
though.
not only Zubimendi, guys. We started deal talks with Saliba over a new contract. Saka apparently already agreed a deal. Gabriel is in conversation for a new deal. Partey is in conversation for a new deal. And we've met with Gyökeres. We've met with Gyökeres' camp. So they're moving.
Saliba as well. Saliba's on the agenda, but I got a feeling with the
Mentioned
Saliba thing. The thing with Saliba, I guarantee there's going to be a mad release clause in there. Crazy release.
The only
clause.
thing I would say is that it
A
does
club of our size will
deter.
not put a release clause. That's not going to happen.
The only thing I would say is that it does deter away from any Arteta out talks. If all these kind of, like what you listed, the Saka contract, the Saliba contract, the Partey extension, the Zubimendi deal, I feel like that does successfully deter away from the Arteta in out conversations.
Are you sure? Are you sure, Mons? I'm gonna throw another.
It's temporarily.
Why would it not? Because if all these go on, Jimmy.
Because these fans, this is a good signing. And if I was an Arsenal fan and I woke up and I saw that here we go, I would be like, oh shit. But bro, let's keep it real. If Liverpool slapped them tomorrow, it's right back where we started from.
Yeah,
They're
it is. Yeah.
What the
Is
fuck?
it though? Don't you feel like they're already defeated, or do you think it's all about?
Being already defeated is one thing, and then sitting down, watching them like look like shit again, it's going to conjure up those same feelings. Like, wait, fuck Zubimendi. Our manager's still doing the same shit.
No, but you know why he's right? You know why he's right?
Winning is not. It's just don't look like shit. Don't look
Jimmy,
like shit.
You know more than anything. Fans in certain fan bases, they're just waiting for something to be mad about. There's certain people who just are waiting for something to be mad about so they can go off. And I do think regardless, the season's over. There's nothing really to play for. We pretty much, even if we lose the next two games and we win versus Southampton, we get Champions League football, no problem. So I'm not really stressed. But there's guys, if we lose to Liverpool on the weekend, there's going to be guys who are just going to lose their shit for the sake of
lose their mind.
And look at people there. I think Big Steve said it on a show. There's people in the Arsenal fan base who have never seen us win. There's people in the Arsenal fan base who've seen us win, and I feel like it's not that we're divided, it's that there's so polar opposites. There's people who are like, you know what, I back this manager, I back this team, no problem. And then there's people who are so disillusioned that every time we have a result that goes wrong, it's almost like they're like, I told you so, look at that. And they're not melting down, but they're just going off at everybody who still believes in the manager. And it's almost like we're bickering over who is right. Who's right and who's wrong.
I've got a few things to say as well about this. Yeah, of what Mont said. First and foremost, Lai says Egal since Maresca was born in 1980. I baller, by the way, in his day.
I never said that. What are you talking about?
He has scored more goals in European finals and won 2 more European Cups than Arsenal, and he's taken Chelsea to a final. #mad. That's as a player, though, man. Come on. To be fair, but Maresca was a very good player. From what I saw
if you talk to our fan base, you would think he does play the way they.
Yeah. But you know when a coach has got the tracksuit and the coat on and they're bald and they got the beard and they look like they take care, bro. You can tell he was a good player back in his day. Trust me.
He had a hat trick in Europe.
Yeah.
One second. Lee said, Egal, you're part of the problem. You know something?
Who?
I actually have conversations with both sides. So I'm not somebody who's cussing everybody from the other side and just saying, "Yo, fuck those people." I'm not one of those people. So I think I'm part of the solution on trying to bridge the gap and getting both sides to have a conversation.
Wait, so you're the.
I think I'm part of the solution on trying to get both sides to have conversations. Because when I'm having conversations with other people, I'm trying to find a way for them to understand my points and for them to and for me to understand.
One thing I give you, Egal, both sides do try to use you as a pincushion. Pause. They always try to blame like Egal. I be sitting there like, how the fuck y'all try to blame everything?
He's the fall guy. He's the fall guy, isn't he? He's the fall guy. Yeah.
That's the one thing I don't agree with. Egal. They try to make him the fall guy for every guy.
I'm not being funny, Egal, but if you're trying to make both sides have conversations, why did this happen?
Stop calling every single player you have world class.
He does that too much. He does that too much.
I don't know who this cuck is, but bro, shut up for a second. Okay. When it comes to only reason why I did that is because my man was giggling. My man was giggling, smiling after we lost in the Champions League semi-final.
Why did you have full conversation? I mean, it's just a
let's be honest. Why are you giggling and smiling after we got knocked out in the Champions League?
I swear down.
Trying to bring it on. The funniest part of that was.
Yo, that was bad. That guy is one of the nicest people I know.
I know, but
he's so nice.
I know where Egal coming from. Like we just lost. You up here giggly and shit. But the part that was funny is when Egal said it, and it finally dawned on him what Egal said.
Yeah,
he's so nice. He didn't even know how to be rude back. He was like,
Egal, that's
when he started doing this. I was like,
top three Egal moments of all time. I don't give a damn. Top three moments of all time.
I did feel bad saying that.
You would do after a bit, man.
Every
moment, yeah.
In the moment, I was like,
no, Jimmy, you definitely don't. Stoppage time daily says, yeah, exactly, Jimmy. Why put the team in the pressure game against Southampton? You lose, and you are hoping the other teams lose. It's because other teams have to play each other as well.
Win-win for certain people. Certain people would rather have
right now. I'm hoping Newcastle lose. I'm hoping Forest lose. I'm hoping Villa lose. It's that part of the season. Squeaky bum time.
Let me run this. There's 900 in the house. Love to see that. You know, it's showing that transfer time is around. There's only 165 likes. Months. The ratio is you're on mute.
It just stinks.
It's Nunez ratio.
Like as I said, if it's on light mode and your light button don't look like me and Jimmy and Egal and Patrick, then we got a problem here. If it's on dark mode and it don't look like Cass, then we got a problem here. So smash the like button. What are we doing? The entertainment that we've given you this week alone. I'm even here on a Saturday, blood. I'm never here on a Saturday. Look at my hair, blood. I'm never here on a Saturday. Come on, man.
Nah, but you're here because of Zubi. You're not here because it's Saturday.
No, he's here because it's never a foul.
Obviously, I don't run, bro. I don't run, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm here to fix.
But Zubimendi runs, so no, what was it?
Caicedo Zubimendi could run right behind them to London. Right behind them to London.
Yes, I can't lie.
I don't know.
One second. I need to know.
A Spanish manager. Why is he saying no English to a Spanish manager?
Yeah, that was funny.
I know, bro. You know me. I don't be thinking when I speak. You know, I don't think
that was fucking hilarious. When he said no English to the Spanish manager, I say, yo, this dude is losing it. Yeah.
And by the way, we've got a Discord. It's literally right there for anyone that's interested. I'm literally gonna pin it as well, just in case you miss it. But it's there. There's loads of us in there already. It's very active as well. Andy says, Gal, let me put it like this. Arsenal now have not had a better season than Forest. Think about it. Both been to semis, both top end of the table. Did my club shouldn't be there right now? So smile on that. No, Andy, no.
No, you have
No,
not had a better season. than
Sorry,
Arsenal.
FA Cup and Champions League is one thing, and then like you might not even get Champions League football, my friend.
You
But
might
do
end up in
subscribe.
eighth. Chill. You're not having
By
a
the
better
way,
season.
I need to know something. I need to know something in the chat. I know there's a lot of Arsenal fans in hiding, and I don't recognize a lot of names. I need to know if you're Arteta in or Arteta out. If you're a rival, don't bother, because I know you're going to say in. But I need to know this. In it, are you Arteta in or out? My other thing, back what you said, Monch, about the whole Arteta thing to bed. I'm going to put it like this. I think Arsenal, they have to do this for the team, by the way, because now the fan base is so torn that if they give him his tools, right, then obviously he's not getting sacked. Let's get one thing clear. He's not getting sacked now. But if you give him the tools, you get your wingers, you get your strikers or forwards, you get your Zubimendi, and then you get whatever else. We said it yesterday, Gal. Was it the day before? You've got no excuses. You've literally got nowhere to hide. There's no more excuses. Do you get it? So that means that means the fan base at one point will all come together, and that's usually when it is at a point when a manager ends up getting sacked, or if you're winning all the time.
I think right now everyone has been saying Arsenal need a striker. Everyone has been saying Arsenal needs a left winger because Trossard and Martinelli, you can't trust them. You call Martinelli a dog. So when it comes to those two positions, they're the next positions we need to address. If you see Arsenal get a goalkeeper and another defender, don't be surprised about that either. But the priority has to be we need to come out of this window. We need to come out of this window with another with two quality attacking players. And Arteta, I'll say here, and I said it on many other channels, I'll be the first to say Arteta's got to go if it comes to next season and we're sitting here in the same situation off the back of signing a striker and a left winger.
So you have one more next
year.
There's
that's Arteta.
That's my question. How many more next seasons do you have left? That's what I've been asking the
Arsenal. I'll tell you my first.
1 second. After this season, there's no more next seasons for Arteta.
It's always a next season.
Wait. You're Arteta out after this season. You're Arteta out. If he
Arteta is like.
I'm saying after this season, there's no more giving him more rope.
Also, Arteta is out.
I'm not Arteta out now. I'm saying
then
if Arteta does the same thing next season and we have injuries after signing a striker, after getting a left winger, after bringing in Zubimendi, at that point, it's a situation where the manager is not good enough to get us over the line. And the squad is now better.
Season finale.
Because the whole time,
you know what he reminded me of?
Guys, because the whole time, I've always viewed it as the squad was not good enough and the manager was getting better. If
your squad wasn't good enough, then why'd you put your squad in such high? You held them in high regard when it comes to
because of the manager. Because of the manager.
No, not because of the manager. Due to a combined 11, Arteta is not in the combined 11.
Yeah, for the Madrid.
Okay, let me explain though.
I don't know how all of a sudden Arsenal fans, this is my thing, right? Now I sit down, I watch a lot of Arsenal content. Naturally, a lot of my closest friends Arsenal fans, so I watch a lot of Arsenal.
All right.
Now, all of a sudden, these same fans that was predicting all these high accolades that could happen are saying the team's not good enough. I'm like, it's the same fucking team that started the season that I said wasn't good enough and people killed me for. So I'm thinking to myself, how all of a sudden is not good enough? Yo, I remember the day right here. This is the day I would never forget because Kaz and Munch tried to gaslight me and say Chelsea profile Raheem Sterling wrong. Yo, and I knew they were doing it on purpose, and I was still in here snapping. I couldn't believe it. Because I was like, yo, and there was fans in there chewing it up.
Hey, don't include me with Cass. I'm Jamaican, so don't include me with Cass. Cass had no reason to do it. At least I'm Jamaican. Cass had no reason to do it.
You're throwing me under the bus. What do you mean, Jimmy don't even call me fully white.
It was biased.
No, it was not fully white. No, Kaz is not fully white. Kaz is not fully white.
The Sterling prop just come from the motherland, didn't it? I can't actually call a guy from the motherland shit. I can't do it. I'll call Wes Morgan an all-timer. I can't do it.
I did not expect.
He kind of is though, once he is.
I did not expect.
Damn right, he's an all-timer.
You know what I mean? I did not factor. I was factoring my team having the same level of injury luck that we had the last 2 seasons, if that went into this season, especially when Man City had Rodri go down, I said to myself, we're going to pick up the mantle because I believe Arsenal had the blueprint, and I did not think Arne Slot and Liverpool would do what they did. I personally,
nobody thought that. Yeah, nobody.
I personally underestimated Liverpool, and I thought, I foreshadowed,
I think
and
everybody did, yeah.
I foreshadowed that if Man City have an injury to Rodri, that the whole thing crumbles, because you could see that he's holding it all together. So from an Arsenal fan's perspective, it's not that the team wasn't good enough. It's really because I underestimated Liverpool, and I overestimated the ability for our players to stay fit and our team to churn out similar results to the year prior. We did not turn out the same fitness level as last year because we got more injuries, players burnt out. Odegaard dropped off a cliff. He did not have the same performances as last year. And then you look throughout the team, Martinelli never reached those levels. Kai Havertz got injured, never reached those levels. Jesus had a good 2 months where he scored a hat-trick and a bunch of goals, never did the same thing. And from that point, it was untenable to think we could win it from January onwards. So I changed my tune, and I said, you know what? I'm not sacking the manager anymore, because I don't think it's tenable to try to say he has to win the league with the
is that the new buzzword these days? Tenable. I've heard that a lot.
Well, hold on. But I get that. I get that, right? But bro, when you don't think a team is gonna win the league, right? And they go through injuries and they have a shit season, they don't get excuses. The last few years when we had Poch and Potter, bro, they've killed my club. But nobody really looked and noticed. You talk about injuries? All our best players was injured, but nobody cared. Like, I never, not one time did I go on any panel and somebody was like, yo, yeah, you're right, Chelsea shit, but damn, they got mad injuries. Because the type of injuries you complaining about now, we had it worse. In our last 2 worst seasons, we had it worse, but nobody cared. They crashed on Enzo, they crashed on Caicedo, they crashed on kids, they crashed on everybody, and we had so many, especially under Poch. Guys were getting hurt, coming back. That's how bad Pochettino was. Nobody cared. That's why I don't understand when I'm watching all the Arsenal content, and I'm just hearing about injuries, and I'm like, well, injuries had me in 12th one year and 6th the other, but I don't get no blind for that. Injuries come with when the season start, right? And you looking at your lineup, you already know at some point somebody's gonna get injured. So if you saying to yourself, I think my team is gonna win the league, you got to factor in injuries too. You got to factor in, okay, if he gets hurt, well, we got such and such on the bench. So when the weeks was passing and Arsenal was losing people, I wasn't hearing Arsenal fans then saying, you know what? Yeah, I don't think we're gonna win champs. Nah,
that's why. One second. That's not true.
Nobody's saying it. Y'all kept saying y'all drifting.
No, I get it.
I don't think you're speaking to the same people as me, because a lot of people were saying, I don't think we're gonna win with the injuries we have. I don't think we're gonna win with Liverpool getting this lead. I don't think we're gonna win when Saka got injured. The moment Saka got injured, it was literally like everyone had a funeral. The way the reaction was after that Crystal Palace game.
And I get that. But then when y'all beat Real Madrid, right?
Yeah, you're back in time, yeah.
Okay, we go. And then after I watched the post-game reviews of the PSG game, everybody's like, the team's not good enough. The same team that just beat Real Madrid not good enough?
No, but
we beat Real Madrid. When you beat Real Madrid, it was I told you so.
Yes.
So what did he tell us? So that the team was good enough.
Was good enough.
Apologies. The players are
following me. Thank you.
I need to control. I need to control this a little bit. We're pushing ourselves to a conversation which is probably nothing like to do with the Zubimendi stuff. Yeah, it's like whatever you said is quite relevant if we want to put it like this, though. Yeah, cool. The only manager in the world that could probably deal with crazy injuries and probably win is probably Pep, right? And even this season, he showed that. With crazy injuries, even he needs all the players in the world, like basically at his disposal. So now if we put it back into Arsenal situation right now as we speak, that's the whole point of getting Zubimendi. So when Partey does pick up these injuries or decide that he wants to some time off, you don't have to put Declan Rice there because he's got his player. You got someone who's quite similar. Jorginho being out for most of the season as well, here and there, but not being out, but like not being ever fully fit. So that's what I'm trying to say. That's the whole point of addressing someone like Zubimendi. So now they have a like for like, if not someone that can take the reins at one point. No?
Yeah. But
So they don't have this situation no more.
All right, so he got Zubimendi now, right? So let's say, for instance, Zubimendi come in and he missed like half the season with injuries. Do we now say, well, you know, Zubimendi was injured? So how long does this keep going?
They have Moreno, Zubimendi. How many do you have there? Moreno, Zubimendi, Rice. Yeah, good midfield.
Do you guys wait till y'all have the perfect season, like till everybody's not hurt? And then now we can give the grade on.
Honestly, it's not about that. To me, it's always been about we have addressed our defense as a team. We've gone and addressed the midfield as a team. One area on the pitch which we have not invested in, Jimmy, in case you don't know, is the attack. Kai Havertz, Trossard, and Jesus are the only attackers we've spent money on. Martinelli, 7 million. Saka was free. Willian, Sterling, all these guys. Mikel Moreno, Marquinhos, pennies on the pennies compared to investment Chelsea have made recently in their forward line. I've said Arteta hasn't.
We ain't made no investments in no attack neither. We ain't got no striker.
Okay, yeah. Regardless, you spent more money on wingers.
Wingers, yeah.
Than we've spent.
We ain't got no striker. Wingers ain't no. Wingers is wingers.
Regardless. My point's I don't want to lose my point. Arsenal signed a striker. Arsenal spent 120 million on 2 players in that forward line with a winger and a striker. At that point, there's no more excuses. You've addressed every level of the team. You've now built the tree. You've now put the star in the tree. You've got the star striker. You got the midfield. You finally have the full spine. I cannot hear any more excuses, even from the manager, which I rate heavily, because tactically I rate Arteta on a level higher than you guys think he is. Then and also the main reason why I believe this team could have won it this year was because of Mikel Arteta's tactics and because of Mikel Arteta's ability to find solutions. The reason why we beat Real Madrid was because Mikel Arteta found a solution in Mikel Moreno, which was laughed at when we got the Kai Havertz injury. Don't forget, everyone laughed it out the building, and he turned out to be one of the best goal scorers for the team in that period since Kai Havertz.
Hold on. Can I quickly say one thing about that?
And a lot of Arsenal fans, to put it easily, it's just this team is a forward line away from being a complete squad. That's it.
Yeah, but you talk like the squad is nigh on complete with your predictions, with the way you talk about your team, with the way you compare your team. So
your
like,
energy don't match that.
It's so confusing. Well, it's not confusing. It's actually quite logical for the way that I view you guys. For you guys to talk up your team to be here, and then when it doesn't work out, you then talk about your team like it's here. When you've always talked about your team like it's here, now all of a sudden it's here. Like for example, here's the best example.
Let me give you an example. Liverpool.
Here's the best example. Mikel Merino. Oh my days, this season's a write-off. We've got Mikel Merino up front. 5 games later, oh my God, look how good Mikel Merino is up front. He's got more goals than your striker, and he's a centre mid. Now I understand that part of it, but then when Mikel Merino goes back into midfield, where he actually is supposed to play,
his position,
it's oh my God, we didn't win today because Mikel Merino wasn't up front, and that was the problem. We didn't have a focal point. And then when he gets put back up front, he goes, "Oh, what do you not expect us to do? Move mountains and Mikel Merino up front? Make your mind up."
Yes,
make your mind up. It's here, man. Make your mind up.
Yo, Egal, I'm trying to tell you, Egal, this is what we hear from the outside looking in.
I get your points, guys. I get your points, guys. But understand, there's 2 things. One, the team is good enough to beat majority of the teams. The team might not be good enough in the Champions League because they don't have enough difference makers in attack. That's obvious, right? Don't act like winning the Champions League is easy. Now, I know Chelsea won the Champions League.
No one said that.
I know Chelsea won the Champions League with a weak attack, but at a certain point, we have to look at the difference makers in the squad.
Why are you saying this now? You weren't saying this pre-game. You're going to win the Champions League.
Thank you. Y'all were saying y'all were going to win.
1 second. We've always said We lack difference makers. But the problem is the guys who we relied upon.
So why are we saying you're going to win the champs if you lack difference makers?
Bro, yeah. Yo,
Okay.
do I need to go get the Clippers after y'all beat
Real
Real Madrid, bro?
The reason why is because we beat this PSG team earlier in the season, and I was going into this tie thinking that we can get the better out of them. The difference that they made was they went and signed Kvaratskhelia, who transformed their team and forward line to make them even more deadly, and where we're very one-dimensional in the attack. And
no, but they signed Kvaratskhelia in January.
Everything we're saying,
you didn't play them till May.
No, just because everything we're saying that's critical about the team can be right, but everything we're saying positive about the team from another angle can also be right. What is happening is when we win and when things are going well, you don't focus on the negatives. When you lose and things don't go well, you reflect and focus on the negatives. That's all that's happening.
But you know what you said, by the way, yeah, Ches said this year, and he says, before PSG, you said that you would win, and then now you didn't. You've backtracked and saying the team's not good enough.
That's my point. Y'all didn't go into PSG like, yo, it's close. I don't know. Y'all, nobody was shaking.
No. But people are acting like, Jimmy, we lost by 7-goal margin. We lost.
No. Hold on. Now, Cass, this is why I messaged you and told you I wanted to come on here. The way I'm gonna go to my famous saying, bro. I'm old enough to remember the game just happened. What pisses me off when y'all describe the game, y'all leave out the shit that that didn't go well for them. Y'all leave that out. Y'all leave out their missed chances. Y'all leave out that Timber. That should have been a penalty. First game, nobody talks about that. Timber tackled my man in the fucking penalty box. If that was Arsenal, y'all be talking about PGLMO, and they ain't got nothing to do with that. I'm just keeping it a buck, bro. When I say I watch a lot of football content, let me tell y'all something. I don't watch Power. I don't watch Top Boy. I don't watch TV. All I watch is these ugly motherfuckers in these boxes. That's all I watch. That's all I watch. Thank you. In my sports, football, basketball, baseball, I watch every sport. I don't watch TV. So I'm old enough to remember, bro. I'm old enough to remember.
But Jimmy,
we can't pretend like it was really. It should have been belt to ass that first game.
What about the first half for us?
Yes.
The first half in the second game.
But my point was before y'all even had a fucking in the first game, y'all should have lost that game like 3-0, 4-0, bro. I'm not even joking.
We also could have scored 2 goals.
And then I keep hearing, oh, the difference in the game was they were clinical. That was the problem. They were not clinical. If they were clinical, they would have scored 20 fucking goals, bro. They were not clinical. They were horrible to me.
Listen, they were better over the 2 legs.
They were better,
but it wasn't like Bayern like back in the day.
No, don't get me wrong. It's not like
it was very close.
It's not like y'all didn't belong on the pitch with them. It didn't look like that.
Yeah.
But they were clearly, to me, the better team.
Yeah, and they proved
it. Wasn't like, I don't know. I know what I was watching. It was a clear better team.
They proved it in both boxes because defensively they were better than us. Resolute, goalkeeper made amazing saves, and offensively they were better executing their chances that they got. That's my thing. The word is not clinical. The word was execution. Because when we got opportunities on goal, we did not execute, and we didn't even get into the opportunity to get off a good shot sometimes. Where they would get off, they would take a shot, it would hit the bar. Unfortunately, I got to go back to work, guys. But one thing I will say is don't think Arsenal fans are changing their tune. What conversations we have within our own groups is not the same as sometimes conversations we have in open wide things. Because half the time I find myself in a situation where I have to defend my team and on my back foot.
Yeah, we know how it is.
I'm not really getting to have a conversation all the time about all the issues and all the problems. Going into the season, every single one of you guys said Arsenal don't have an attacker of the quality that can win you guys the league. Going into the season,
you guys told us you were going to win the league despite that.
The reason why we were confident was because we scored 100 goals last season. Note that we also scored 100 goals this season with the poor attack that we've had and Saka being injured and everything. And really and truly,
not mentioning Saka being injured, bro.
The biggest thing, one, we underestimated Liverpool's capability with the new manager, and number two, we kind of
You overestimated. Say it.
no. Number 2.
Say it. Listen, it's
Yeah, we
okay to say it.
overestimated
You
our own
overestimated
fucking
our own team.
Yes.
Yeah, because we did not
Thank
address
you.
the areas in the
That's
squad.
what we knew. That's what we
Kai
wanted.
Havertz was given the
somewhere, guys.
striker position. A lot of players who were given another year, which should have been moved on last season. But fair play.
Remember,
What's done is done. What's done is done. Honesty sets you free. And I'm not lying to you guys when I said this earlier in the season. I genuinely believed we could win it. And I was let down by my team, and I was let down by the board. And the manager, he has blood on his hands also, but I don't fully hold him accountable. Hence why I still back Arteta.
That's fair.
Says
get back to work.
Signs away from dominating. Egal, did you say that?
Bro, we get a striker. Arsenal get Gyökeres and what do you call it? If we get Gyökeres and we get the money to get fucking what's his name, Rodrigo. If we get Gyökeres and Rodrigo, this team is dominating.
Yeah, on
you know
paper,
that ain't happening. Rodrigo going for like 100 M's, bro.
Yeah,
If we get those two, we're dominating. If we get somebody lesser than Rodrigo, maybe like I don't know, a Liao or somebody like that, we still can do something massive for the next couple of years. This team's not going nowhere. We just need to address the attack.
Egal said players played bad, then rebuild required.
I never said rebuild. This is how I know you don't watch my shit, you fraud. I said retool. I hate when people say rebuild. That to me is like cussing me. That's like an insult to my team. We don't need a rebuild.
That says next season.
I don't imagine he said rebuild, bro.
What if Newcastle end up above Arsenal this season?
Newcastle get Champions League football. Best believe the same thing that happened last year is going to happen. They don't have the squad to compete on all fronts. They don't.
We didn't win the Premier Champions
League.
We've
seen it in December. We've seen it in December. Eddie Howe shouts for him to get sacked in December. We're coming up because
they don't have the squad, bro. They don't. They got a strong 11, and that's it. Get them out of here.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
By the way, keep liking the video and subscribing. 322 likes. Egal, could we get to 400 likes? You reckon?
I don't know, but one thing I will tell you, they should get to 500. I'm gonna wrap it up here, boys. I gotta go.
Yeah. Frimpong, House, and Alvarez, Kirkes, and Cherky, Cardamart. Oh, I can't lie, once that Frimpong thing. Like, I think I'm not feeling it. But let me talk about one thing. All right, Patrick, you been saying
like Frimpong
as a right back?
Oh, a right back? No,
he's not a right back. He's a wing back, isn't it?
Yeah, I think Hamza's is going to be joining as well. But so you don't have to be alone in this one, Patrick.
You know what though?
Wait, hold on. Explain yourself about Wirtz.
Wait,
Florian.
Oh yeah, get shy.
You know what? That's the thing though. I think you picked the wrong city rep. But I know that
that's just
I have to
explain yourself.
I
said explain yourself.
I know.
You said explain yourself.
Explain yourself. You know, as if I'm the one who's been hyping, man. I had a feeling that this brother is not coming, but the rejection is painful. It was smooth, man. And you know what's painful? It's not even the 150 they were talking about. It's all your
journalists that being
100 euros.
Yeah, I know. So it's actually 85 million pounds or 80 something pounds. So this is painful because it looks like when David Ornstein, who City fans were abusing, said it might be Wirtz or Gibbs White. So Gibbs White is our number 10.
Yo.
I don't know, man. I don't know where we're going, man. And you know what? We have been rejected. This is a rejection. And you know what, City fans? I know some of you will cry, but we were also rejected by Jude the same way as Liverpool. We were rejected by Declan Rice. What's happening at City? How come all these big ballers are rejecting us? How come we're not
115 blood? 115.
I know. Where's Dubs? Where's Dubs to answer for his crime? Because he was doing Wirtz videos like every day at LB. Those are the two guys you should go after. But you know what? On a real, I don't know where we go from here. I'm telling you.
Yeah, for 10, right? Y'all need a proper 10.
Like, yeah, where do you go from here?
I think you don't need Jesus, but that's fine.
Yeah, like what 10? I'm trying to think what 10s is even out there for them to go after. Like what 10 would they get? And I'll be like, oh shit, Wirtz is the one. Eze is nice, but he's not. Eze.
Yeah, I don't think there's any 10 right now after this Wirtz thing that comes in and impresses. Unless City do that thing where they do, you know, like how we failed Koulibaly and we failed Koundé, and then Diaz showed up, and then we failed with a few other people like Zakaria and them, and then Rodri showed up. Unless City pull out some miracle, I don't see it. I don't know what, because I keep asking myself what 10s are there. There's that guy who I like from Atalanta. I forgot his name. He plays. He's from Belgium. I forgot
Hey,
his name.
listen here,
Charles.
Pat.
Yeah, Charles. You know Charles. Charles something.
I got a guy over here. He likes to blow balloons. Yeah.
Nah. We're not taking Kunku. No, I'm not taking
50-something million. Come on.
Yeah. Him.
Can I interest you in some balloons?
Nah, man. I don't know, man. I just feel like it's a big L. It's a big L for City because there was a lot of hype saying, "Oh, City are gonna getting rid of De Bruyne because they are 100% sure that Wirtz is coming in." Now we don't have him. And now I understand how people felt about Zubimendi at Liverpool. I feel the same way right now, but I'm not gonna do those cussing videos. I'm not gonna cuss Wirtz because I don't think he never promised anything to us. You know, the other thing is maybe Cuss is right. Maybe we predicted how big we are or how big of a pool we have.
But I don't
even think you need him. If you got this they got this extra Messi guy, yeah, this absolute wonder kid, why not just go and develop him then? Like honestly, like you already Wirtz is already kind of self-ready made. I hear it in it. But like if this guy's such a bad boy, why don't you just trust in him? You bought him for good money.
I know.
I don't understand.
And my thing is this: when did the Prem get so fucking big-headed that we think a German staying in Germany to stay for Bayern Munich is your club getting snubbed?
And also Real Madrid wanted him as well.
You didn't get snubbed. He fucking stayed. He stayed home. It's
and
the biggest club in his country. That's not to feel bad.
I know,
about.
and also let's not forget this is the same Bayern Munich that made Sonny leave us because they told Sonny that if you don't, you won't get in that German squad. You
ain't getting in this fucking German team. You better bring your ass home.
Echeverri, that's what I'm saying. That why did we buy this guy who looks like a bad boy? You're right, and yet we haven't played him at all. I'm also surprised by that. But I think people wanted the new shiny toy because I think when you get rid of KDB, especially the KDB, which I think we're going to feel the pain when KDB goes, regardless.
Imagine replacing Kevin once. Have you heard that, by the way? You replaced KDB, Bernardo Silva with Morgan Gibbs-White.
Nah, that's.
Hey man, say don't do that because you're making Morgan Gibbs-White sound like he's a.
No. Hear the name.
But cool. Do you know the best way to think about it is Bernardo Silva and KDB are washed. So replacing them, you're acting like you're replacing them at their prime. True. KDB isn't leaving at 27; he's leaving at 34. Bernardo Silva probably is only cool. Bernardo Silva's probably only 31, but he's playing like he's 38.
Well, he's out of here. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. He ain't got no more kneecaps. You know what I'm saying? You're like, I get it. You lot are talking about KDB and Bernardo Silva in name, just like how you're Man United in name. Only. Sorry about that was low. But you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
No. This is what you're hearing. When KDB came through, yeah, he was doing madness at Wolfsburg, yeah. He was doing a madness.
Yeah, he was doing absolute madness.
When Bernardo Silva came through, he was what the most cracked player at Monaco with the rest of them players. Yeah, he was cracked. Yeah.
Bakayoko was better.
And now,
hey.
You want now?
When he came to the Prem, I'm talking about that season.
You want to dominate football.
Bakayoko was the man.
You want to dominate football again, and the first player you think I'm going to get through the door is Morgan Gibbs-White.
Yeah, and that's the fact. He is actually the first player to walk through.
I can't believe that's the player that of all the players.
He's better than Bernardo Silva right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but
tell me I'm lying.
Yeah, he is better than Bernardo Silva right now. Yeah, that's great. But how much are you really going to get out of him if you want to continue to go and dominate? The way you did before.
Does he improve? Does he improve?
You got to admit, if they want to get back to those levels,
one thing I'm going to liken this to as well. Yeah, I'm sorry, I've said it before and I'll say it again. Man City play low block. I've only seen Morgan Gibbs-White in a Wolves team when he was a lot younger, to be fair, and also more in a Nottingham Forest team playing counter-attack. So transition, needing space. He's quite tidy though. I've seen him in 8 and you can drop deep and everything.
He's very tidy.
But he's not that guy to unlock a defense. He's like Mateus Nunes a little bit, yeah? You need a lot of grass to run into to do your best business.
It's gives White.
How about Foden just become? How about Foden just gets back to what he should actually be?
But he needs to. But then it pulls the question. Wait, if I have Rodri, who don't really want in front of him, I might want Nico there. To be fair, because he's a little bit more of a fit. He's actually very good. Then you might need a Gibbs White in case you are playing on account. I just got a feeling this for me. I don't see where he starts if Foden comes back on form. if they're looking at another try for centre mid like Wirtz, even if Wirtz came in, where do you play?
I don't know.
Where do you play? So you're going to spend 78 million for a new, basically a new Calvin Phillips.
Nah, Calvin Phillips is crazy. What are we doing now?
No, but that's the new Calvin Phillips. Am I wrong on that part? I think Foden will come back in form. I think Nico Gonzalez is going to have a good season. I think he's going to be used quite well, to be fair. Maybe not play all the games. If they could look at another centre mid of the ilk of like Wirtz or attacking mid or whatever.
Well, you got to put it this way. There's no direct replacement.
The guy's going right back.
There's no direct replacement to outdo the name of Kevin De Bruyne.
Yeah, but it's not Morgan Gibbs White though, is it? When you hear Wirtz, you say, oh, you know what? When you hear Wirtz for KDB, you're like, you know
okay.
what? Okay,
yeah.
You know what?
I get it. I get it. It's more of it's the name, but I just think cool. It's not as great as Florian Wirtz, but at the same time, you're not buying a scrub, and maybe it's more the price that's off-putting.
Wait.
Oh yeah, it's always going to be the price.
Mont, do you rate this brother?
Morgan Gibbs White, I think he's a good player. He's a good player.
Would you take
good players improve around better players as well, in my opinion.
Would you take
do they? Did Mateus Nunes?
Yeah. I'll take.
Did Calvin Phillips?
How many other players have worked well for City? Those are two of many. Those are minority compared to the players.
Both of them, played in what transition? When there wasn't low blocks, I've never seen Gibbs White do anything against a low block. How about this? Forest fans can't wait for him to leave because when they
why does everyone rate Isak?
What do you mean?
He plays in transition a lot of the time. But he gets most of his goals in transition. Why do people rate Gordon? He gets most of his goals in transition.
He's good in tight spaces.
Why do people rate Semenyo? He gets most of his goals in transition.
Is it just me or is this guy lagging?
Big balls.
Yeah, but it's in tight spaces. They still work the way.
A lot of for me, even Delap, a lot of the players that are in demand for this window.
But the
get a lot of their goals. Get a lot of their goals from transition. A lot of their goals. So why must Morgan Gibbs White be the guy that's like, oh no, he's rubbish.
All these men
can't be in transition.
By the way, no one really rates. Well, not to say no one. I don't particularly put the lap up there, but the difference with the lap. If you look at the lap's type of goals, they come from outside the box, from crossing in the box in like literally a low block against them. By the way, in literally no man's land, he's got a catalogue of all different types of goals.
He's coming from a
he scored one goal outside the box. He scored one goal outside the box.
Go look at his catalogue of goals. No, honestly, go look at a catalogue of his.
Scored one goal outside the box.
No, but go look at his category of all different types of goals. It's not just all in transition, like you just said.
A wide catalogue is Mateus Cunha. He has a wide catalogue of goals. That is a That is the widest catalogue.
Different types of goals. There's not just one type of finish, like transition. Morgan Gibbs White can't unlock a defense to save his life. That's why Forest fans get pissed off with him. Andy, all these other Wolfie, all these other Forest fans, they can't wait to get rid of him if there's a good bid.
His finishing is poor too.
His finishing is dog shit.
Morgan Gibbs White is a massive reason. He's a massive part as to why Forest have done what they've done this season. A massive part of what they're.
Well,
I don't agree. I don't agree with the price tag, but it's because you lot are seeing Wirtz and you're seeing Morgan Gibbs White, and you're overdoing the MGW. Like, two things can be right. Morgan Gibbs White is a downgrade, but it doesn't mean he's what you're saying, in my opinion.
Yeah, but you know what I ask? Also, why doesn't Morgan Gibbs White get the benefit of, now he's playing with other great players? Y'all do that with everybody else. Why don't y'all realize Morgan Gibbs White is going
what we do, Jimmy? You know what we do every year, Jimmy? We always love talking about profiles. So let's talk about profiles. Profiling wise, the guy needs a lot of space and grass to run into.
But now he's
got tidy feet. He's got tidy feet.
I agree.
Not kick and run. He's not Soboslai, bro. You man are talking about him like he's Soboslai.
Yeah, like he's Soboslai. The dude can dribble.
He's not Soboslai.
I said he's tidy. I said he's tidy. But you're signing to be more of an attacking player. Even if he goes centre mid, what are you doing? Are you going to ping the ball into Marmoush from 30 yards? Are you going to do them nice little Eze kind of dinks that he does into flipping Mateta? No, he's not.
You don't think Pep can improve him?
He needs to run in his game. From what I see all the time, he plays off of Chris Wood.
Yeah, he does. Yeah,
not always, bro. He's one of the more technically sound players where he's able to keep it ticking, 1 touch, 2 touch.
Yeah,
I've seen the ball get fired into him.
Yes, I don't. Y'all making it seem like ball can't dribble.
He's a good. I didn't say good. I said he's tidy, but he's not that guy. He's a good player.
No, he's amazing. They're talking about him like he's amazing now.
Whatever you've seen before It's no way what he was in Forest he's gonna look like with a better manager and Pep and around better players.
Well, we say this about a lot of players, and not all players thrive.
Yeah, but okay, but we could be wrong. But if we're gonna give that benefit of the doubt to players,
I feel like we've debunked.
If that's the case, yeah, every time a techie player might go to City, he's like, oh, please don't go there. Please, for the life of God, don't go to Man City because you kill him.
No,
you kill the player.
All right, would Eze be a good signing for City?
No.
Why not?
I just don't think he suits it at all. He, again, like we said, I don't think Pep takes, I think he takes all the flair of his game. Everything that he likes and he does in his free roam, don't think it's the same. Occupies too many spaces the same way where he likes the spaces where Marmoush is sometimes and he likes the spaces where Foden is at times. And when he comes on the pitch, I don't think it works. It works because he likes his one-touch goal kind of thing. Haaland, Mateta, different kind of profile. Don't work all over the gaff.
Maybe that's why, maybe because people keep saying, oh, he's taking technique from these players. Maybe that's why Pep has decided to go for this MPC. So it's
he's going for it. I think you're going for him. I'm not gonna lie. I think the sole base that you're going on for him, because when you look at the English players that might be available, you need English players to replace other English players that are going out, aka John Stones potentially, aka your Kyle Walkers. I reckon he's only going in there for the fact of that he's English. I'll be real. He hits the quota that you need.
For 70 million.
They're not just signing him just for quota. Come on, Kaz.
Yes, bro, because that's what happens. What do you think
you're not going to spend that kind of money just to make quota,
that's why I said you look at all the quality that you can probably put on there that's available, and you're like, shit, which ones do we do? Because we can't just get all the man from the academy. They don't count. You know what I mean? Until they've had like 3-4 years.
Who's a better English midfielder than him in the Premier League?
Oh, good brother. Water. No, depending. No, they're different type of players. And he needs another year. Probably needs another year. I like Wharton though, man. He's quality.
Yeah, well, Wharton now it's really.
I don't think he's gonna be available, and I think you don't want to occupy the space where Rodri and Nico can obviously occupy already.
And that's
I reckon he's looking for a box-to-box attacking kind of 8 player, and that's where they've come up with. They've looked at it and probably said, "Oh, probably Gibbs White. We should go for that." If you don't spend 78 million on this guy, it's a howler, isn't it? Personally,
he's not gonna cost that much, bro. There's no way.
Didn't they pay like 45 at Forest for him? So they're not going to give us any low amount.
Yeah, then
he's got 2 years left, isn't it? He's got 2 years left. How much do you think we can pay for Gibbs White? 60?
60. If you get for 60, I'll be like, you know what? I can hear it.
I was thinking 60 something.
I don't mind it as much, but it's always the price. I'm only going off energy, yeah, because if it's Chelsea, United, Liverpool, whoever else spent all this big dosh, by the way, yeah, Arsenal, yeah, trust me, you're getting scrutinized just because it's City. I'm not leaving off the hook.
Yeah, I think you've gone flying off the hook, bro. Because as I said, you literally, everything you're cussing Morgan Gibbs White about, you haven't taken into consideration about several other signings that we've spoken about this season or potential signings this season. Again, like Delap.
I don't like Delap as
much. Like if we're talking about Mateus Cunha as well, all these players, Mateus Cunha, Delap. You can, as I said, I'd even go as far as to say Isak.
You didn't like the Mateus Cunha signing.
Go and look at how many of Isak's goals have been in transition. Go and look.
Yeah, but that's always been a question. But even Gyökeres, I like Gyökeres, but I said, unfortunately, a lot of his goals are hitting transition. I don't know what he's like under a low block. So now I'll put it into context. Now every single one of Forest's goals, more or less, is always in transition.
I just think the context you're using for Morgan Gibbs White hasn't been fairly applied to everyone else. That's mad.
And the whole context of he's leaving from one fucking
because
C+ manager to the best manager ever.
Yeah, but it doesn't always work out. That doesn't always work out.
Nothing ever always. Let's not use always.
But it doesn't always work out. Like I said, if that's your opinion for it,
has Pep been right more than wrong? Yes, right?
Probably.
All right, so I think he can get the benefit of the doubt. If anybody.
Recently, no.
Yeah. Recent, schmeecent. You could decide. Recent could be what you want it to be. Recent could be 1 year, 2 year, 5 years, depending on what.
The only 2 big signings that pretty much have probably impressed me out of all that they've got, yeah, is literally Vardio, and we'll see about it, but Marmoush. The rest of it probably misses.
But how many do you actually need to hit? But how many do you need to hit though? If you sign 5 and you get 2 to hit, that's fucking a home run. When key stars are leaving because they're getting older, you need to replace them with good quality. Because guess what? We've seen the quality drop in Manchester City, and they want to go and dominate again, not just be like
whoever we are and hope
They
that
don't
we
have
can
to
have a good
dominate again. You
season.
just gotta win. I hate this
they gotta
idea.
dominate.
I hate this idea that Man City have to go back to dominate it. All they got to do is win.
With
They
these
win by
Arab,
1
with
point.
these
or 3
Arab men in
points.
charge, with
It's
these
a
Arab
win.
men, with these Arab men in charge, they are only thinking about getting back on top.
Nah, I don't think they looked at the one
How?
the winning the season last game against Arsenal. No different than when they won it last game.
If
with
your club
fucking
is not thinking about how can we
Aguero! No different.
if you're
A
well,
win is a win.
if you're not trying to think as a club, yeah, that's been dominating to get back to dominating the way you have, I don't know for you. I'll be honest.
Nah, bro, everything goes in cycles, man.
You know, I'm gonna love this when this conversation comes about when they end up signing this scrub. Yeah, basically, well, on the elite level, he's not a scrub. He's a good player.
Don't get me wrong. I
We'll
pray
stay
they
there.
sign him. I
Oh,
pray
same.
we can
Same.
continue to
Same.
fucking we can destroy their midfield.
Zubimendi next Cunha and Gyökeres will challenge again while you finish his max mid-table. Zane, you pop in and out of streams like literally someone going into a brothel, bro. Like honestly,
Wait, isn't Cunha going to Man United? What are you on about? It's not going to.
I'm not. No, there was talk of it. Apparently a potential
Was he
hijack.
dead off? Oh.
How reliable is that the African Guna guy on Twitter? Is he one of Arsenal's tier ones?
Wow, what he saying? Something about Gyökeres?
Yeah. But I don't know. You know how everyone's got like their tier ones and everything.
Yeah.
Like they're not known like that, but they got
within the community.
They've got
Yeah, community
information.
get shit right.
Let me know, people. Is he good or is he good or not?
Who?
The African Guna dude. Because I've seen his name go around in it, but I don't know. If not, then
How
I
many
can't
followers
really.
he got? 100K?
65k. A chill guy who's never missed a single game in over 20 years, apparently.
Is that what his profile says?
Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, once oh hello.
Mr. Zubimendi, Mr. Kai Havertz, how are you?
Hey, is my camera good? Is my camera
Yeah,
good?
you're
One,
fine.
man.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, we can see
You're
the
fine,
ash
man.
in your face.
Oh my days, man. How you guys doing, man?
What's up, bro?
Good, man.
Bro,
Good,
I'm
man.
good, man.
What the hell?
I'm
How are
happy
you,
to see you.
bro?
I'm happy
How
to
are
see you smile, man. I saw you on Spaces crying yesterday, so I'm happy to see you smile, man.
I'm stressed, man. I'm stressed to that issue, man. The
Which
signings. The signings, obviously, we're linked with this Morgan Gibbs White, man. It's killing me. It's killing my confidence.
Why?
Get
Hamza?
in. We need him. Bring him.
Why
Well,
Hamza?
please,
What's
man,
what's wrong with Gibbs White? But Hamza, let me know.
Killed my confidence, man. It's killed my confidence, like in terms of like, I don't think there's a player that Man City need. I don't think he improves. That's the word. If you ask any City fans, you know they protect this. Oh no, but he's only being signed because he's homegrown. Because I don't think he comes into my squad and improves me, elevates me. Does he elevate me? Does he elevate Man City? Any of you guys, do you believe Morgan Gibbs White comes to Man City and elevate us?
No, the whole argument here was that he goes around better plays, he improves.
He doesn't improve. What part does he improve?
Well,
He doesn't improve anything.
Jimmy, Monts, no want to take this cue.
Say that again.
I want to take
What
this.
part does he improve, Man
He's
City?
better than what y'all got in there. He's better than fucking.
He's better than Bernardo Silva.
He's not better than
Yeah.
Bernardo. So what we do?
He's better than Bernardo Silva.
Down here,
Bro.
Bernardo
Bernardo
Silva.
Silva's
What's
washed.
going out here, bro?
Bernardo
This is what
Silva's
we're doing
washed.
here. What are we doing here? Bernardo
Bernardo
Silva's
Silva's
washed.
washed. Tell me Bernardo Silva's still a baller. Go on, tell me.
Bernardo Silva's a baller, 100%.
Oh,
He's still a top
Do
baller.
you know what? You know
Hold
what?
on, wait. Like bowling, like pins.
Don't sign anyone. And you don't need to sign anyone. If Bernardo Silva's still a baller.
I don't think you heard him. He said Bernardo Silva's a bowler. Like he likes the bowling.
As in Ebola, the disease.
No, bowling. Like like when you bowling.
Bowling, because he couldn't have said
he's a
baller.
bowler.
He couldn't have said baller. He couldn't have
He
said
said
baller.
bowler.
He couldn't have said baller. I know he didn't say baller.
You know the funny thing is quickly, yeah. The funny thing is, to me, Mons, you've seen mediocrity, yeah. You've seen James Milner, Henderson, and all that. So you've
seen James Milner.
mediocrity.
Be careful because James Milner was at your club
one
as
second,
well.
1 second. No, but that's what you sign. You sign mediocrity and turn them to okay. But to me, I'm not used to that. We don't sign mediocrity. We don't go and shop.
Oh, you don't sign mediocrity.
No, one second.
Hold on, you don't sign mediocrity, you know?
I don't shop at Aldi. I don't shop at Aldi.
Nobody amazed by this.
So what about Cristiano? What about Nico Gonzalez?
Those are young
Hold
players.
on, wait. Can we talk about the
young
elephant in the
players?
room?
Yeah,
Hello,
talk about
hello.
players who are
Wait,
25 or older.
yo, KDB is leaving.
Yeah, what a big blow.
Wasn't Phil Foden supposed to be the?
Never. He would never be. I said it.
Wasn't he supposed to be?
No.
So was Mateus Nunes premium?
Yeah. No. So KDB's leaving, and y'all scrambling, but y'all got last year's play out of Bumbo class season. What?
No. The thing is, see, the thing is with Phil Foden.
You know who y'all could use?
Yeah.
Y'all could use a half black kid from Manchester with bad teeth and a bad haircut with a mean left foot. Y'all can use him right now.
What's his name?
It's not about Palmer.
Something Palmer.
Yeah, I'm hearing Palmer's not happy at Chelsea. Those are the rumors.
No, I'm not saying it like y'all getting it back. I'm saying like you fucked up, bruv. You should have kept it. You should have kept it.
We didn't. Because he hasn't scored since January, I think. He hasn't scored in January.
Stop your noise. He just scored the other day. Stop it.
Okay, he scored one goal. He scored one goal since January.
Cut it out.
In 5 months.
Cut it out. He scored against Liverpool. Cut it out.
Spend 100 million.
Cut it out.
Guy who scored one goal in 5 months.
Who would you rather, Palmer or Gibbs-Shite?
No, but listen, Hamza, you know I love you to bits, but the fact that but you've scored 0 goals against me this season, and you have the audacity to talk about mediocrity. Are you happy? Yeah, you spent 200. How much? You spent 200 million in January to stay where you are.
168 million.
Okay, you spent 168 million in January to stay where you are.
You good with that, bro?
You realize Marmoush is still in the top 5 top goal scorers, and he left in January in the Bundesliga. You brought him to your team. I don't even know if he's starting today. He looks like a good player. He looks like a really good player.
He's already scored, I think, 8 goals, 9 goals.
Actually, like
bro. But generally, you spend all this money just to stay where you are. Now, I hope you spend some more money to elevate. But you want to talk to me about spending money? I didn't spend any money, and I'm still better than you.
No,
but wait,
we've closed the gap.
Let me ask you this real quick, Hamza. Did y'all?
What gap have you closed? What gap have you closed?
We've closed the gap. We had like a massive gap that was 20.
What gap have you closed? What gap have you closed?
Bro, we're chasing for second place. What would you?
Hold on. Let me. Hold on. The gap right now. The gap right now is 18 points. It's 18 points.
Yeah, that gap is wider than this right here. Look at that.
Forest about to negotiate apparently with.
That's giving the London look. You know what I'm saying?
That's what by the way.
Hey, listen. To me, I'm looking at Marmoush. He's improved Man City. He's come and scored 9 goals. He's coming.
No, he's good. I like
Marmoush. We're already winning. Listen, we're already winning. Listen, me and Liverpool are gonna walk away with same amount of number of trophies, 1 each. Yeah,
not the same trophy though.
Premier League.
Whoa! The Prem is not a cup. The Prem is not a cup competition, bro. We're not doing this.
Wait. Trophies. Yeah, can I say the same?
No. Say this. So Hamza, when I won the Carabao, last year,
that is clippable.
So hold on, Hamza. When I won the Carabao last year and you won the Prem, was I allowed to say we walked away the same amount?
Of course, equal trophies.
Or would you have looked at me like I was a madman if I said that? Last year, me and you we won the same amount of trophies last year, right?
I don't respect it. Carabao and FA Cup's different. FA Cup and Premier League are major trophies. They're classed as major trophies.
Yo, Hamza.
Man.
Hamza, when I beat Tottenham, can I say the same as well? I walked away the same amount.
Bro, that's Europa League. That shit.
No, wait, we did. That's better than I get Champions League. Whoever wins FA Cup gets nothing. Or if not,
I believe Conference League is worse than Community Shield.
I'd be like the first team. I'll be like the first team ever. Yeah. I'll be like the first team that didn't actually didn't get no spots last season. Won the FA Cup to get into a competition to win that competition. To therefore scam my way, even being even worse. It's crazy, isn't it? It's crazy how life works, isn't it? Only certain clubs can do stuff.
I know. Like that, Kaz, you know why I'm pissed off? It's because of I think there should be a rule, and shame on UEFA to allow if Man United.
Oh God, it's
relegation.
Here we go.
Clip this. Man United, have not even achieved a relegation point, which is 40 points. Yeah. How can a team that's not even achieved 40-point relegation, get into UCL?
They were focused on Europa this year.
That is the most shameless thing in football. How can a team not even get 40 points? You haven't got 40 points. You know,
only it's not my fault.
We've always grown up as relegation point is 40 points. You ask Brentford, Crystal Palace, what's your aim? Ipswich Town, 40 points. You are on 39 points.
It sounds like a hater.
How dare can a 39 points team getting the Champions League. That is the most disgraceful.
Maybe by the time they get there,
World
they'll
Cup
be on
Champions
40,
League.
Hamza.
They
Maybe
have to
they'll
look
be on
at this
40
as
by
a
the time they
reflection.
get there.
Huh?
They'll be on 40, but maybe by the time they get there, they'll be on 40. You know, there's
We
no
don't
games
know.
left.
They'll be on 38, 39 for the last 3 months.
Yeah, but
What we do? They're
Hamza,
struggling to get one point,
Hamza,
bro. What we
leaving all
doing,
that. So Hamza, leaving all that, just between you and me as City fans, especially you. At least I was telling people that Gibbs White might be our number 10. How do we go forward from here? Like, obviously, we've been asked that Foden. I think Foden is still a baller, and I think Foden deserves to play that number 10 again if he's better. But where do we go from here? Because Wirtz is gone. What's next? Because KDB is already going, and you already know KDB is salty. He says he wants to stay in the Prem. So how do we move forward? Because who's going to create? And by the way, Cass had a good question. So do we give the number 10 keys to Echeverri?
No. I think. Listen, he hasn't been
Developing.
yet. So it's
What about
already-
Oscar Bob?
Oscar Bob, shish kebab.
Yeah, Oscar Bob.
Not proven.
Why not shish kebab?
So no, one second. So I'll not give it to
What about
anyone
Oscar the
who's
Shark Slayer?
inexperienced. I'm not gonna risk it and give it to inexperienced, unproven players.
What about
Oscar Bob might
Foden?
come good.
Remember that guy?
I remember
Foden,
that
not
chance
yet.
that was
I think City have to sign 2 good players,
Yeah,
2
Oscar
great
Bob.
players. If
So
Wirtz
does
has
Phil
gone,
Foden go to the bench? Where does Foden play?
he doesn't have a position. He plays left wing, right wing, midfield.
Oh,
He's like,
wow. So he
he's like
player of the year don't have a position. I've never
Even-
seen this in my life.
Palmer doesn't have a position, does he?
You sound like a goddamn fool. Palmer plays
What
the
po-
10. Shut up.
Okay,
Shut
then
up.
that's a joke. Because if he, hold on, if he's a
What's
10,
the
that's
joke?
what.
No, the joke's on you because you don't have a 10.
No, because Palmer, listen, to me, Pep doesn't
Gibbs White.
guarantee anyone a position. Even KDB sometimes used to play right, midfield,
Ah,
left,
here we go.
midfield. That doesn't make sense. That's Pep's system. To me, I believe we need 2 players now.
I
Xavi
agree.
Simons
No,
available.
but
Xavi Simons-
but Bernardo Silva's a baller, no? So it's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah, he stays.
He must
Yeah,
need only
he
one
stays.
position.
He
Fuck
has to
out of
stay.
here.
There's
Bernardo
certain players
Silva's
you can't-
top dong, bro.
Bernardo cannot leave.
You should have sold him to Barca when you had the chance, bro.
Yeah, Bernardo Silva can't leave. But to me, Man City, the board will be judged on this transfer. We've made errors where we've been shopping at Audi every single year for 3 years. Yeah, now you cannot make the same errors what you did. I told you so.
All
Patrick,
these are
one second.
Audi.
I
like
told Patrick
Audis.
before. Don't hype players like Patson Daka anymore because Patrick wanted us to get
Come on, man. That's
Aguero,
years
yeah?
ago. Let it go. Let
This
it
guy
go.
wanted him to get him for Aguero replacement. I'll never forget it. This guy wanted to get. He raved on Jack Grealish. We flopped. He raved on Matthias Nunes. We flopped. Me, I put my hand up. I don't want any risky signing. We have to get an elite. Morgan Gibbs White. Listen, he is just a James Milner.
He's a good
He's
player.
Jordan
He's a good
Henderson.
player. He's a solid good player.
He's a good
So
player. Bring him in.
so why are other clubs not interested? Tell me any
That's
other club
the
more interested
point.
or
We
more
want
interested.
you guys
Why
to
am I
have
not
it.
leaving?
We
Get
want y'all to
great
have a free run. Go ahead.
That's such insensible. Why are other clubs not even going against
Because he's
it?
not
Why is it
worth
just
it.
free range? Why is it just free range? Like it's all yours.
Have
It's
at
a
it.
free run. No one wants it. It's a fact, 100%. The people are saying, "Oh, we only game because to keep Phil Foden happy." Oh, Phil Foden's best friend is Morgan Gibbs White. People are clenching on straws. I'm thinking,
So
hold
we're
on,
doing the
what
Trent
we
and
doing?
Jude thing. Is that what we're trying to do?
Bro, for me, he's a James Milner, 100%. If you tell
But
me
the
he's a
Trent
James
and Jude
Milner,
thing is real. I mean, look where Trent's going.
Let me do this anyways. Wirtz hasn't actually gone in. It's still in. The copium's hitting hard. Mons, where you gone, man? I was gonna talk on Frimpong, man. That's your Trent replacement, allegedly. No, big Paul
Trent and
Joy.
Jude thing is real, Pat. Look where Trent is going, man.
Are you hearing it? Are you hearing this? Frimpong
He's going to
at
join his best
right
friend.
back, who's got no collection of playing right back here, by the way, even from his Celtic days. Yeah, people, if you remember him when he was young, he was rapid. Yeah, they play loads of games, but a guy who doesn't defend, doesn't matter if you watch it by the eye, doesn't matter if you want to look at by stats. What is that? Why are you replacing Trent with Frimpong? Who sold the idea? There's something wrong with Dutch coaches. Honestly, I think they feel like they can change anybody at this point. Frimpong.
bro, it's a joke. Frimpong's a good player, but right back for Trent replacement bro. It makes me wonder like how the mighty Liverpool are falling. Like, bro, I used to tell you before. Number one thing Liverpool fans don't know, the pool. They haven't got the pool. Liverpool, no pool. Remember we used to call them Liverpool zero pool. Yeah, Liverpool. To me, Trent leaving them is the biggest betrayal. But it doesn't surprise us, bro. Now, the reason why Liverpool go into the market of other players, because they know they can attract the best of the best. If there's another right back that's available, Liverpool in the run, bro, there's no way they're competing.
I've got loads. I've got loads of names.
Like who?
What different names? There's like allegedly, by the way, if Tottenham might have to sell if they don't win because of the position and everything like that. Pedro Porro might be there. If you want to go Premier League, yeah. There's Bar from Benfica if you want a bit more of a defensive player. Very good. He's at a good age. If you want someone a little bit more attacking, all rounded, a little bit by Porro, go look at Vanderson. If you want to go over to Spain, go look at Arnau Martinez for Girona. Go look at Martin Fernandez for Porto. Go look at maybe, if he's unsettled a little bit, maybe Malo Gusto if you want to keep it the Prem. They want Kelleher, right? Work out a deal. How about Cambiasso from Juve? Can play both sides, right?
Malo Gusto.
No. But I'm saying if Maresca has this idea of Gusto's not in the plans, you want Keller, you can have a deal in it. If that's the case. It's just an if, by the way. Gusto's not rubbish just because he's not playing a certain way.
He's a baller. I like him.
He's a good player, yeah.
I rate him.
All these players are much more competent than flipping Frimpong at right back. Konate is going to be doing as much dog work in his last season that he did under Klopp.
Nah. But although Frimpong is not a bad player, is he? Are you saying that he's a bad player?
No, he's very attacking. He's like the wing back. He even played winger sometimes. He plays winger sometimes.
Yeah, right. He's a right wing back. He's a
wing back or winger?
But I think right wing back. I think the reason why Slot's going for him, Dutch player, Dutch mental.
Oh.
Wait, what happened? I think he's getting a phone call.
Did you get a phone call? Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, probably.
I think he's getting a phone call. Probably those.
I got a phone call. Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
No, we can hear you, man. We can hear you.
Yeah.
Where are you, man? Is that your back garden? Looks like a jailhouse. What's that? Is that your back garden?
Garden, no? It's a garden, no? Side.
He's in his backyard.
But listen, I'm a back garden. I'm planting, man. I'm trying to dig, man. So I'm just helping my neighbor. That's my neighbor's house.
Nice garden.
So I do gardening for hobby. That's my neighbor's house.
That looks like the place like maybe Trent's gonna be seeing when he goes to Spain.
When he go to Spain.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I was helping my neighbor garden because.
I don't think you can gas it up, though, Hamza. Like, trust me, if you've watched him, like they were struggling with defending with Trent. Trust me, Frimpong doesn't care about defending. All he cares about is attacking. And in that Leverkusen system, Alonso put it at a way where Frimpong doesn't have to defend. He's well, they cover for him very well. So he's going to be exposed here. This is another ball game. This is the Prem, man. There's wingers who expose you here. They will expose them. So
Kirk is a solid signing to get in through the door. But
I think that's a guy. I've been telling City fan. If you allow Kirkis to go to Liverpool, it's criminal. Any football club to allow that boy. He's a United fan, we know, yeah? He's a United fan. Hungarian United fan.
Is it?
Yeah, he's a United Hungarian.
Yeah, United we're not in for him. We're not in for him.
But United are not in for him. He wanted.
I'd rather Inori. He's got 1 year left.
Wait, Cass. Let me ask you a question. I thought you guys play here at the back and you need a wing back. Why don't you get Frimpong then?
He's one name that's on the list. But
you guys are free at the back and you need somebody like him.
The issue is, Amram has this thing where he wants someone that's footed over there.
Yeah, Amma.
Oh, let me mute him.
He doesn't know that he's.
But yeah, I don't know where Monster's gone. I think I know where it is. But regardless, not a good, in my opinion, not a good transfer. But if we know something about Slot, maybe he can tactically do something which makes it happen. Maybe to be fair to Liverpool fans that are watching this and they're liking the video, is maybe you're going to see a little bit of a systematic change next season. A few little tweaks. Maybe. You know? Anyone considered that? Maybe? No? It's like Salah could be doing a lot more inside work, but depending, because I heard Ekatike's on the move to a Premier League club. We just don't know who. I reckon it's Liverpool. Someone that Ekatike's got phenomenal link up. Maybe what he's going to do is shift it to the part where Salah's more inside, even further near the goal, rather than obviously a little bit less out wide, and then Frimpong can just do that line. So maybe it's just that, innit? So
changing the whole system for Frimpong, like
no, not really. It's about probably getting more out of Salah. Like, even how do you get even more out of Salah?
Oh yeah, I get what.
How do you get even more out of him? Every time he gets a little bit older, he gets a little bit slower. and whatnot. Like you want to get the best out of him. So now you got him to a new contract. You want him in front of goal. He's a finisher. That's what I think it may be. Or we might have all been stupid and think what someone just said there. He might just be backup cover because he's a nice, easy deal. Dutch Arne slot. He might be cover for Salah. No?
Okay.
Yeah, no?
You never know. It's not a Dutch Carl Walker. That's a lie. It's not Walker. Walker was...
You know what it is? I'm scrutinizing it now, yeah, because I'm thinking he's playing right back. But Arne Slot is a bit of a madman. We saw him even tempt putting Saboza in a 6 at times and trusted him in a 6. So probably got to look at it a few different ways. I need a confirmation anyways. But anyways, other than that, guys, wait, Jimmy, are you still doing content?
Watch alongs, yeah, but I ain't done none in a while. But
you need to hurry up, man. I need to tune in. I need to know somebody that I can call when they're losing. You know what I mean? When my team isn't playing, so I can, cover up for this.
I only stopped because I felt like I was jinxing the team. If you go back and look, like that's when we fucking was going through. Like I get superstitious with my team.
Yeah,
so every time I did a watch along, we lost, so I stopped fucking doing them.
If you want to see Jimmy Entertainment, find him on Facebook. His videos are random. I just end up in them. I don't know why. Your videos are funny. I don't know.
Oh yeah, my Facebook be lit.
Obviously, you're talking in like you're talking in your language. The English you use in the Caribbean. But I can still understand what you're saying.
Anyways, people, this is going to get redirected. I don't see anyone that's like. I think Sava might be the only one that's like. Sava's a great content creator. Yeah, he's the way he talks might suit something a little bit different. So go check him out. Go say NAF raid, Cass raid, whatever raid. I don't care. Mont raid. Just raid him up. And also we'll be back later tonight at 10. And then we'll go from there. If there's any more other transfer news, then bro, these shows are gonna happen, innit? So every Saturday, because Saturdays are dry, we'll be live at this point. Anyways, in a bit. Safe for jumping on as well, Hamza. In a bit.
And Jimmy's not finishing top 5. Mark my words, I said it. You play.